Hey guys, Drifter here. Today I've got some Destiny gameplay for you on the Anomaly, which is the other moon map, the one that's not gigantic. It's my personal favorite. This video is called Fusion Rifles Are Amazing, and Fusion Rifles really are amazing. I get off to the best start I think I've ever had in Destiny with this one. I see these people, gonna take some cover, throw a grenade, get a stick, so that's an insta-kill, dodge their grenade. We're gonna go ahead, put the Fusion Rifle on the weaker person while his teammate comes to revive him. His teammate gets a Fusion Rifle and will Fusion Rifle him one more time to start off the game with a quadra kill. An excellent start to what is going to turn out to be an excellent game, but today I wanted to talk to you about why I think fusion rifles are amazing. They are my favorite secondary weapon. I feel that they have better range than the shotgun with the same amount of damage and lethality, and they're overall more versatile than the sniper rifle. The pros of the fusion rifle are as follows. They have very high damage. I am not entirely sure of all the damages and the stats and the armors and how the elements come into play, but I feel that they're closer to the highest damage weapon in the game. The range on them competes with the range of some of the primary weapons. If you get a lower recoil one, if you aim it properly, if you get really good with these, you can definitely beat hand cannons and some auto rifles with those. Probably not pulse rifles or scout rifles, but they have very good range. They are good both from the hip and aim down sights. Hip fire has a very tight blast radius, probably a little bit tighter than the shotgun, so you don't have to aim down sights all the time. But if you do want to aim down sights, you get some extra control, some extra range, and you can do some really good work with these fusion rifles. And it's also nice that not all shots are required to hit to kill. Now that's mostly just taking a jab at the sniper rifle. If somebody's in really low health or kind of medium health, they have some shield and some health, sometimes the sniper rifle's not the best way to go about it. Shotgun works in a similar manner. You can pick off weak people, but this one works really well because if you find somebody with no shields or partial health, you really only need to hit one or two of your, I guess we'll call them fusion rails, any of the projectiles that it shoots out to kill them. And if they're far away, again, you have the range to do that. One or two of them will definitely hit. It's also very difficult to waste ammo with this weapon. As it is a slower firing weapon, you're not going to be spamming shots like the shotgun. You're not going to be dropping them like the sniper rifle, missing, going for more difficult shots. I can use this as a primary weapon for pretty much the entire game and have zero ammunition concerns. No real problems at all, and unlike the shotguns, this one typically comes with really good optics. They come with a couple of red dot sights, what I would akin to an ACOG or maybe an EOTech, something with a little bit of extra zoom, something that does a little bit of extra work. Shotguns are basically hip fire or bust. I never aim down sights with them, and sniper rifles typically have very long range zooms, and maybe I just play too much skirmish, but I play mostly the smaller maps in this game, and I find the sniper rifles to be impractical with the exception of the very large map on Mars and the very large map on the moon. Now they're very good for those maps, but everything else I don't find it overly useful. So those are some of my pros of the fusion rifle, and if you haven't been noticing, I've been using a lot of fusion rifle in this video and doing very good work. Sometimes I do have to follow up with a melee, and it is a little bit harder to hit a moving target because unlike the shotgun that's just all at once, or the sniper that's all at once, this has a continuous fire, so you have to drag or swipe your targets and kind of keep up with them. One of the other things that's helping me, as you can see right here, is I'm playing with my Scuf PlayStation 4 version, or the Scuf 4PS. It helps me to do a lot of interesting jumps with my hunter, and if I were doing the shotgun thing, having the paddles makes my shotgun dashing into people really easy to do, so that made me really happy now that I've finally gotten that one mastered. Let's move on to the cons of the fusion rifle. The obvious con, the big con, the reason that I initially didn't use this gun until I saw Greenskull go on such a tear with it, the reason my wife doesn't like it, and the reason that a lot of other people don't like them, is they have very long wind-up times. I mean, you can see in the gameplay, they start charging well before I fire. It's not something you can just pull out and react with very quickly. I mean, a shotgun you can just break out and pop somebody. A sniper rifle you can break out and go to no scoping or quick scoping or shooting somebody far away. This one requires a very long and finite wind-up time before it will fire, and it also has a long time in between shots. If you miss your first shot, you have to repeat that entire wind-up time again and let it fire again. So it is a very slow firing weapon with a long wind-up time, no reaction whatsoever. The recoil can also be quite high. They definitely do kick. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like to have low recoil. They're very workable from the hip, but when you aim down sights with these, I typically aim for the feet or lower so that it kicks up and hits the head. I never go for headshots or body shots. I always start at least like lower torso or groin and let it kick up. I'm never aiming very high unless that guy, he was kind of in my face, but definitely wasn't going to miss right there. You can't hip fire in the air. While it has excellent hip fire on the ground, the air hip fire gets a really big penalty. You can kind of see it when I jump. I don't do it too much in this video because I know how it works, but it's very, very inaccurate if you shoot this weapon from the air. Unlike the sniper rifle or the shotgun, if you've got the skills to do it, it'll work. It just absolutely will not work with the fusion rifle. And it's also audible to the other team. You can hear people depending on what, if you're using headsets or if you have a loud TV, different people, different settings. But if somebody's coming after you with a fusion rifle, you can just sit on the other side of the corner and you can hear them going zzz, zzz, zzz. You can hear them charging up and just getting ready to go after you. So if you're playing a really good enemy team that's smart, that plays it patient, that doesn't just run in and shotgun bum rush you, they will hear you and they will just kind of counter shotgun you or fusion rifle you, and they'll do some work. You can get in some trouble there if anything that's a warning, just like the footsteps in Call of Duty. Despite all of these things, this is still my favorite weapon in the game. I use the fusion rifle far more than I use my primary weapons. I feel that they are currently the strongest weapon in the game. A lot of people say that they're overpowered or broken. I disagree. I feel that the long wind-up time makes it very important for you to kind of predict your enemy's behavior, for you to be very smart and to use it very conservatively instead of super aggressively like the shotgun spam that we all run into. But I do see how it's frustrating to people because it is a very, very, very strong weapon. Like right there, I just couldn't do it, so just had to finish this guy off with a melee to end the game. And I think that they're best for baiting out shotgun users. Shotgun users are by far the most common thing you're going to see in blade dancers running at you. Anybody that's going to run right at you, either with a shotgun or a blade dancer, you can just walk backwards and put 1 or 2 fusion rifle charges into them and they are done for. That's all for this video. I hope that you learned something useful. If you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Drifter out.